Hello, my name is Paul Dijczyk, founder of Elastic Steel Method of Athletic Conditioning. Today I'm going to answer one question that I keep getting all the time, and I got another one today. I figured good time to answer. The question is about hipping, okay? And the question is, how come I teach hipping in my seminars and I do not teach it in the DVDs on kicking techniques? If you don't know what hipping is, hipping has nothing to do with the hippies, smoking drugs, 1960s, freedom movement in the 1960s, nothing like that. Hipping is a whiplash technique that initiates a kick. Okay, kick is usually taught as a full movement technique. In reality, if it was a full movement technique, you would have been pushing people with your foot. Okay, hipping is what allows a kick to be a kick. It what allows you to throw your foot at your opponent and accelerate your body. So that's what hipping does. Now I can't talk about hipping and answer the question that I was asked without talking about the coaching and levels of coaching. Okay, I'm going to quickly say something about that. There are multiple levels of coaching. A very basic coach, someone who just started out or someone who does not have a lot of experience, is going to see someone perform a kick or punch or throw or catch or any skill and correct what that person sees, usually without any specific direction. For example, you throw your kick. Your coach or your martial arts instructor sees that it's slow. Most people can see if a kick is slow. It does not take a lot of experience to see that. Okay, now how to correct that is a totally different story. What that instructor can say is, your kick is slow, kick faster. And there you are throwing your kicks, and there he is, and he's saying kick faster, 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 faster. Okay? That may work, that may not work. Usually it does not work. Okay? And that is basic level of coaching. Okay? A slight level above that is when a person can actually figure out what's going on, why you're not kicking fast enough. Okay? And then he would see, let's say you have a faulty technique. So he or she will demonstrate the correct technique and say, this is what I'm doing, this is what you're doing, try to do what I do. Okay? Or he'll get somebody else to demonstrate. This is how it's supposed to look like, this is what you're doing, this is how it's supposed to be done. Now you do it. That's slightly above that. And then at the more higher level, a coach will see your kick, realize why your kick is incorrect, and he's not going to try to say, okay, look, this is how you do it, this is how I do it. Not going to say that. What he will do is actually give you exercises. They can be exercises, they can be drills, which may not resemble that kick, but they work similar muscles, similar nervous patterns, they work the same exact trajectory. Or they work, for example, a flexibility or some kind of ability that needs to be improved for you to get that kick faster or higher or whatever the case might be. Okay? So that is high level. At the same time, another thing that is possible is visualization. So the instructor would say, okay, look, I want you to visualize, just like a good director, that there is something between you and the opponent. I want you to visualize kicking through the target this way. I want you to visualize that your foot is standing in something. I want you to visualize that you're standing on something. I want you to visualize that there's something there. And if he knows why you're not kicking correctly, or she, and he will be able to actually get your kick to be performed well. That's why the katas, if you do them correctly, can improve techniques through the visualization. If, of course, you have the basic understanding of the basic movement. Okay? So now, why don't I teach the hipping in the DVDs? If I teach the hipping in the DVDs, and an instructor without much more understanding than what a basic hipping is going to see the student not doing it, is going to demonstrate it and say to the student, okay, look, do it. And if the student tries to do it, it's not going to come natural. Okay? And this is one of those things that you can't just demonstrate and somebody will follow. You can maybe demonstrate a punch, you can maybe demonstrate whatever, but if you take a skill and you break it down into that many steps, it's not really possible for somebody to follow and do it correctly. So in other words, instead of saying chamber the kick as one move, for example, you were to say lift the knee, inward rotate the knee, outward rotate the supporting leg, pull the toes back, and the person who's doing it's going to get really confused. Okay? Same thing with hipping. It has to come natural. Okay? If a person visualized the correct technique, if a person tried to add power to the visualization techniques that you gave him, if the person tried to add power at least to the training technique, to the drills that you show him, the hipping will be there. Hipping is not something that you can just demonstrate and say, look, you're not doing this, and the person will try to do that. It's just not going to work.